red zone touchdown.
Throw down to second in time.
Brady turns and dumps it. Staten on the run, and he jams it home.
Whoever comes home, they got him.
What tough shot. And there's McLemore.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the Big 12 office and to this week's Big 12 report presented by Dr. Pepper. I'm Wendell Barnhouse, Big12Sports.com correspondent alongside myself. Co-host Carter Babb is on assignment this week at the Big 12 Men's Golf Championship. Texas Tech closed out its spring practice last Saturday with its spring game, and there was a record turnout. New coach Kliff Kingsbury has folks in West Texas pumped up about the upcoming football season. The last time Lubbock had a trending celebrity was when native Buddy Holly was enjoying his all-too-brief music career. But with the hiring of Kliff Kingsbury as Texas Tech's hip young football coach, the Red Raiders and the West Texas City has a rock star.
We've already seen it. We've sold over 3,000 new season tickets in December and January. You don't typically sell new season tickets in those 2 months. We couldn't be more excited about the future and the fit that we have under Kliff's leadership.
Kingsbury, a former Texas Tech quarterback who still holds several school records, is the second youngest coach in college football. Hokut had no doubts about hiring someone so young with no head coaching experience.
But he knew he wanted to be a coach growing up, the son of a high school football coach. So he spent his whole life preparing for this opportunity. There's no doubt in my mind that he's ready for this.
Big part of who I am was created out there in West Texas in Lubbock at Texas Tech. So I appreciate that fact. I've always been a Red Raider and always had that in my heart. So to get a chance to come out here and now coach that program, just a dream come true and a true honor. I think there's a different culture out there, and Red Raiders have a different spirit about them, and I think when you know that, you can really embrace it and move forward as a program. And so we have 5 other guys on the staff that played there, and we're very successful players and have been successful coaches. So I've been very fortunate to pull that group together.
Those who have heard Kingsbury speak at coaching clinics have been impressed with what he says and how he says it. Kingsbury was named Offensive Coordinator of the Year in 2011 and helped Houston's Case Keenum set numerous offensive records. Last year at Texas A&M, Kingsbury helped Johnny Manziel become the first freshman to win the Heisman Trophy.
His schemes are cutting edge, and it's not a scheme that is going to carry from program to program. He's going to be adaptable to the personnel he has, to the program, to the time in which college football is. So, there was not one negative word about Kliff Kingsbury, and the moment you meet him, you can tell why young men would be motivated to follow his leadership and excited to play for him.
Kingsbury, having played for the Red Raiders in the Big 12, knows what kind of football his team needs to play.
We have guys that we can throw it a bunch, we'll throw it a bunch. If we need to run a bunch, we'll run it. Whatever it takes, for first downs and touchdowns, that's what we'll do. You better be able to score points. It's a little different than the SEC. You get stopped 3 or 4 times, you're still in the game. In the Big 12, they'll run away from you, and we know that.
Texas Tech has gone 21-17 over the last 3 seasons, and Kingsbury's arrival has Red Raider fans believing that he is the next big thing in college football coaching.
Energy, enthusiasm that it has brought to the Red Raider Nation has been unlike anything that I've seen up to this point. Well, I don't think anybody's expectations are going to be higher than Kliff's himself.
Let's get it turned up! Let's get it turned up! Let's get it turned up! There we go.
The Big 12 is in the middle of the spring sports championship season. The Big 12 men's and women's tennis championships will be held at Oklahoma starting Thursday and wrapping up Sunday. Baylor is the #1 seed in both championships. The Lady Bears finished tied with Texas Tech for the regular season title, but clinched the top seed with last Sunday's 4-3 victory over the Lady Raiders. And Baylor's men's team went 5-0 in Big 12 play to win its 9th regular season title. And Oklahoma State won its 8th Big 12 Women's Golf Championship last Saturday, rallying past Baylor to win by 2 strokes. It was the Cowgirls' first title since 2009. They have won the event or finished second 12 times. Baylor's Lauren Taylor became the second freshman to win the individual title as she finished 1 under par. Well, without Carter to talk about how much he enjoys the world-famous shout-outs, this part of the report just doesn't feel the same. Carter, these shout-outs are for you. West Virginia women's basketball player Jess Harley has been named the Arthur Ashe Jr. Female Sports Scholar of the Year. Harley, a junior this past season, has been co-captain the last 2 seasons, and she has a 3.9 GPA in industrial engineering. The award is presented by Diverse Issues in Higher Education magazine. It's the 2nd consecutive year a Big 12 student athlete has won the award. Oklahoma State softball player Chelsea Garcia won it last year. Oklahoma's men's and women's gymnastics teams each finished 2nd in the NCAA championships held over the weekend. The Sooners women's team collected its 2nd runner-up trophy in program history. They finished 2nd also in 2010. And Oklahoma sophomore Michael Squires won the national championship on rings. And Oklahoma State won its 5th Western National title Saturday at the National Collegiate Equestrian Association National Championships that were held last weekend in Waco. The Cowgirls defeated Kansas State 6-2 in the championship match. Well, that wraps up this week's edition for the Big 12 Report. A reminder that you can keep up with all things Big 12 on our Big 12 website at big12sports.com and follow us on Twitter at Big 12 Conference. For Carter Babb, I'm Wendell Barnhouse, and we'll see you next week. Big 12 Men's Golf Championship started this week, and I'm sorry. God bless it, I left that. It's from the minute. I'm sorry. Baylor's Lauren Taylor became the 2nd freshman to win the Happy Talk. Oh, Happy Talk with the Plant. What do you think? We did a pretty good job, huh? A couple missteps, but it was all right. Kind of a one-sided conversation here. At least you're not a co-host like the guy at the Bismarck TV station. Welcome to Masterpiece Theater. I'm Alistair Cook. Tonight on the Big 12 Report, we investigate why I'm sitting next to a plant. Carter, you've been replaced by a plant.